Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm Kevin, and today we're just gonna speak a little bit about what is critical thinking and reasoning. I'm not about to go all into depth. I just want to give you guys a few definitions in my words. I'm gonna also leave a link down in the description so you guys can go to where I found these definitions. A fallacy basically is a mistaken in belief. That is the actual definition, and it's just showing incorrectness in the argument. So critical thinking and reasoning is logically forming a conclusion based off the evidence that has been provided. So I'm about to give you guys a couple of fallacies that are dear to myself, and I want you guys to try to understand what these fallacies means and how we can utilize these fallacies to become more knowledgeable of what's happening around us, because if you don't know what's happening around you, you can't control yourself. You might think you're in control of yourself, but you're really not in control of yourself. Someone's actually controlling all your actions. You just think you're controlling your actions. In that sense, it's like being locked up without being in prison. If you can understand me, is a mental thing. Like if two people are doing a debate, we're gonna use all these in a presidential way so we can all understand it. And that's the best way I feel like I can put it out in a broad talking topics so we all can understand it. A hominem is an attack on a person rather than the argument itself, which basically means how when two candidates go against each other and they both give an argument, and then one person attacks that person rather than breaks that person argument down. It's like you're judging that person off their character and not the information that they're providing. So that's a fallacy in itself, because it shouldn't matter about that person's character um, at that moment in time when that person is giving out a debate, appealing to the ignorance, asserting yourself over there not unknowledgeable to prove something is, or something is not having knowledge of the argument, with not putting knowledge in the argument. So what this means is, so you're appealing to someone's unknowing, like when they promise you health care, promise you money, better jobs, better living conditions. And this is just all me throwing stuff out there, not saying people in particular, but I'm stating what has happened in the past, what presidents promised, and it never happened. Because we don't even know about these things. You know, we want a better healthcare plan, but we don't know anything about healthcare. So how can we say what we want when we don't even truly understand what we want? And that's what comes into appealing to the ignorance, appealing to emotion. There's when you arouse someone's feelings to prove an argument. So when people say when people make you feel a certain way and you either agree or disagree with them based on how you feel, not with the words that they say, not based off the argument. So if someone can make you feel loved, you're going to go with them because they make you feel loved rather than what they're actually trying to provide in that sense. False dilemma is when you stay in that there is only one or two options when there is more than one or two options. You feel me? When they bring up, oh, we only can do this, we only can do that, but it's actually, in fact, way more options than that to be broken down into. It's like when when I was talking about the allegory of the cave, you can either stay with them, or you can either leave. And then the third option was you can just stay with them at nighttime and leave in the morning to go do what you want to do. And if you want to break that down even more, you can. A hasty generalization is not thinking before speaking. So it's just coming up with a conclusion before you even understand what you're thinking about. It's rather hearing than listening, because when you listen, you can be able to understand and interpret whatever they're saying. Excuse me, whatever they're saying. And listening is a practice thing. You can't just be a great listener. You have to actually practice good listening skills. Red herring is using irrelevant information to throw the argument off track. So it's basically you throwing a distraction out there to just kill the whole argument. Not necessarily you're not even talking about the argument. You know, like or if you watch a debate and they ask a certain question and that person can't answer the question, so what they do, they distract you from that question and start talking about some irrelevant stuff. And since you don't truly listen, we're unknowledgeable of whatever they're talking about. We still agree with whatever is being said. A slippery slope. If one thing happens bad, the next thing and the next thing after that continues to occur. And this is when it comes to, let's use war for example. Like if, because that's true. And I feel like this is, they say war makes peace. Through war, when that's allowed, war only makes more war down and down generations. That's why war has been in existence since man has existed. Because war only creates more war. Because if I kill you, you kill me. Someone else that loves me and someone that loves you want to retaliate, and that brings me down to the two wrongs don't make a right. It's defending your wrong because you've been wrong. It's in the sense of, like I'm gonna use 9/11 for example. When someone came over here, and hit our World Trade Centers, we went over there to retaliate, which was, in the sense of them we are already retaliating because again we was already in war, but it's gonna continue to make war. Two wrongs never make a right. You have to forgive, never forget. But I mean, forgive and call it what it is because we only have one life to live. What's the point of utilizing other human beings' lives to go kill them? In that sense, let me break down religion in a second. Of not religious, but the people who running religions, is them telling us that we have to go do this so we can either be here in life. Understand when it comes to Muslims, they tell them if they put on the suicide vest and if they've been living a certain life, they come blow us up, they'll go meet Allah. But the people that has been doing that is still alive and still telling other people, and vice versa when it comes to us in America, they telling us the same exact thing. We go over there, fight a war, we die, we go to heaven. Yet those people are not fighting the war with us. We're the ones dying, and they staying over here reaping all the rewards from it. And the last one I'm gonna talk about is straw man. It's the attack on a person's position rather than the argument itself. So it's like if I'm a lower level, like now, if I were to go against a rich person in my debate, and that person just because I don't have as much as that person, and people don't think I know as much because I don't have as much money in that success wise, but I do. They attack my position rather than the words that I have to give across. So these are the fallacies. Again, if you guys want me to leave a list, I will leave a list. Put a link down in the bottom so you guys can understand it with my descriptions. Hope you guys have a great motherfucking day. This is Philosophy. I'm Kevin. Peace. I threw that up way too long, right?